The Warning reaction. Today I'm going to react to their cover of The Pretender by the Foo Fighters. And this was a sponsored request, so someone actually sent me money. I don't have a specific amount that I ask for, but usually people give between like $20 and $50 actually, which is very generous. So this person gave me $50 because I just think that's how much he loves The Warning. And then when you want to request, just click on my link tree right here, and then it will go to this form, and then it requests form. And if you want to send money there, if you can't, don't worry about it. It'll go on my list, and I will try to get to it when I can. And when I do my reactions, when I finish them, I highlight them green, so it's really organized. So right now we're here, The Pretender, Foo Fighters. Now, I happen to love this song. I happen to love the Foo Fighters. I went to the Foo Fighters concert. So you guys don't know how old I am, and most people think I'm younger than I am. Most people think I'm in my, like, I don't know, late 20s or something. But I'm actually in my late 30s. And when I was in middle school, I think, I was in Hawaii, and by chance the Foo Fighters were playing. It was like 1999, and they were playing in Maui at this small outdoor venue. And I really liked the Foo Fighters then, and I liked them all through high school, and then I liked the stuff that they came out with later. And I was able to see the Foo Fighters again at Bottle Rock in 2021, which was really great. So I'm a big fan of this song anyway, and I also use this song, The Pretender. I use it in my cycle class. I'm an indoor cycling instructor, you know, like spinning. And I do this song. So the part where it's like, what if I say I'm not like the others? What if I say... I'm actually like doing standing attacks on that part. Like, stand. What if I say I'm not... Sit. Da, 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 da. So I know this song really well. So I'm excited to see what the girls do with it. Their story is so cute. I'm getting to really know the girls. The women, I should say. Las mujeres. Also, I guess there's a lot of, you know, Mexican fans, of course. So... hablo un poquito español. I do. Conozco. Is that what you say? I understand a lot. I understand a lot more than I speak. I can speak very basic stuff, you know. But I understand it okay. I've spent a few summers in Spain, and my kids speak fluent Spanish actually from their school. They went to an immersion school. So, you know, mis niños hablan en español todos los días en la escuela. Las matemáticas, historias, todos los días en español. So I really love, you know, Mexico in general. Being in California, we have a lot of Mexican culture here. They even have a word for that, Chicano. It's kind of like the Mexico culture that's in our culture. So a lot of it's very preserved. Like a lot of my friends who grow up very Mexican keep their Mexican culture even here in California, which makes a lot of sense. At one point it was Mexico. So anyway, the girls are great. Danny, guitar, lead vocals. Paulina, drums, lead vocals also. And Ale, bass, Alejandra on the bass. So far, I've watched a lot of stuff. By the way, a lot of the stuff from the Pepsi Center has been getting blocked, and so I've had to clip out their actual videos for my reactions, which is really frustrating, which is why, well, first of all, if you go to playlists, you can find all of my Warning reactions under a nice tab called the Warning Reaction Videos, okay? Some of them I release as members only first, and then I also have a Patreon option where I'm going to put all the Warning videos. They're free for my Patreon members. My Patreon is more expensive than my YouTube membership, but if you want, you can just buy the collection of the Warning video. I made it $3. If you buy it on iPhone, it's more, so buy it on a computer. And this has all of the Warning videos without the edits in them. And I'm going to keep adding to this, so even if you buy it now for $3, I'll keep adding it. You'll own the collection no matter what. So I'm going to keep adding videos to it. And that's just because YouTube is blocking, and also I don't really make money from the reaction videos from ads or anything, and that's why it's nice when someone donates. So anyway, sorry for the long introduction, but I also have the ability to skip this in my metadata. So let's listen to them covering one of my favorite songs by my favorite band, the Foo Fighters, and see how it goes.
you in the dark, and so it all began. Sending your skeleton, sing as the bones go marching in again. They need you very deep. The secrets that you keep are ever ready. Are you ready? I'm finished making sense. Done pleading ignorance. I hold defense. Spinning infinity, boy. The wheel is spinning me. It's never ending. Never ending. Same old story. What am I saying? Not like the others. What am I saying? I'm just another word in your place. You're the protector. What am I saying? I'll never surrender. What am I saying? Not like the others. What am I saying? I'm just another word in your place. You're the protector. What am I saying? I'll never surrender. Time or so I'm told I'm just another soul for sale. Oh well, the place is out of print. We are not permanent. We're temporary, temporary. Same old story. What am I saying? Not like the others. What am I saying? I'm just another word in your place. You're the protector. What am I saying? I'll never surrender. What am I saying? Not like the others. What am I saying? I'm just another word in your place. You're the protector. What am I saying? I'll never surrender. I'm the voice inside your head you refuse to hear. I'm the face that you have to face every day you stare. I'm what's left, I'm what's right, I'm the enemy. I'm the hand that will take you down into your knees. So who are you? Yeah, who are you? Yeah, who are you? Yeah, who are you? Keep you in the dark, you know they all pretend. What am I saying? Not like the others. What am I saying? I'm just another word in your place. You're the protector. What am I saying? I'll never surrender. What am I saying? Not like the others. What am I saying? I'm just another word in your place. You're the protector. What am I saying? I'll never surrender. What am I saying? Not like the others. What am I saying? I'm just another word in your place. You're the protector. What am I saying? I'll never surrender. What am I saying? Not like the others. What am I saying? I'm just another word in your place. You're the protector. What am I saying? I'll never surrender. So are you? Yeah, are you? Yeah,
Oh my god, that was so cute. Okay, first of all, I didn't know that they were going to be this young in the video. I haven't seen their old stuff at all. I heard about it and people kept recommending to me, but I hadn't actually done it. So the first thing I saw as soon as it started, I was like, oh, I was like, they're babies. I was like, oh my god, they're so little, right? Now, luckily, I know this song really well. So, I just got to enjoy the performance since I know the song. I don't have to think about, like, wait, what's happening next? What are the words? Like, I know the song really well. Okay, so look how little Allie is. She's so little. She's like, I'm just going to guess, and I don't even know their actual ages right now, but if I were to guess how old they are, and then I'm going to double check, I think she's 9, the little one. I think the drummer in this is either 11 or 12. And I think Danny in this is between 13 and 15. That would be my guess just on how they look. I actually am a teacher, so I work with kids a lot, and I have 2 teenager children myself. And I work with kids a lot. So that's why I'm pretty good at guessing ages, but let me see if it tells me here. Oh my God, they're even older than I thought. Okay, so they were 15, 13, and 11. Not too far off. But that's great. It means they look more innocent for their age, actually. I like that even better, that they looked younger to me. That I like. Because a lot of girls today, they tend to look older than their age, but these girls are like, they're looking young. I like it. I like it a lot. It's like an innocence to it, you know? But that helps explain why they're able to do that. Because, 11-year-old to play the bass is already hard enough. 9 would have been really hard. But I think they started earlier, right? Because that's when they got Rock Band. And I know they had piano lessons their whole life, which really helps. By the way, I'm a piano teacher and I teach kids. And let me tell you, piano lessons are the best foundation in music you can get. Best gift you can give to your kids. Because it just leads to everything else. Piano teaches theory. Piano teaches... I teach them how to sight read. I teach them about chords, how to write songs, how chord structure works. It's really easy to visualize on a piano, and then you can always change to another instrument later. But like what you learn from piano is just so great, and for singers especially. I teach singers too, so I'm always like, you must know some piano, please. And it's good to know both. Okay, so obviously when they do music videos, they record the music in a studio and then they lip sync the video. So of course we know that, right? For this music video, this was not recorded. It does not seem so because it sounds like studio quality in the audio, and then they're on a windy hill, so you don't hear any wind or anything. So, but it's a very good rendition. I'm sure they actually played because it looks fake if you don't. So I think they did really play, and they do have like earpieces in. So it's possible. I mean, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is a music video made for a recording. Now, you already see Dani developing here into the singer she is today. She has a natural ability to communicate with singing. She's had a natural ability to command the stage, because it's one thing to be able to sing. It's another thing to be able to command a stage. And that is the difference between a regular singer and a great performer. So someone like Lady Gaga, for example, she really commands the stage when she comes in. And it matters because there's people who don't. And like they can sing in a studio, they can't captivate the audience. So Dani already has this in her youth, her 15 years here. She already has it. So focused. You have to have something to focus on because that's reality. Great expression. And just like, Paulina, which I just saw her in a video recently, and she is just the little busy bee. Like, she's just so happy, and she's so like all over the place, and she does her bass drum with her foot, and she's so coordinated. She's like stopping the cymbals. She's like really cute. And like, she obviously, like I said, she just has so much fun with it. And then you see her develop into that. I also like how the new warning, it's like one of them has red hair, one of them has blonde hair, one of them has brown hair. I think that's nice because they each have a distinguishing look. Obviously here they have their natural hair color, which is also very nice. But Dani does look really great as a blonde. I also highlight my hair. I'm like a dirty blonde, but I highlight it, and I do think it makes me stand out more. Like, I really like being blonde. It makes me really happy. When I don't have blonde hair, I feel like dull. I don't know, I can't explain it. Like, I feel like I'm not like shining like a star. I like just having that like very bright presence to match my happy personality. But yeah, look at her, Paulina. She's just so happy. She's just jamming out. And little Allie, like, she's just so cute. And it's hard because there's a big difference between 11 and 15 at these years. 11 to 15, there's so much different abilities and what they can do. And the fact that she is keeping up with what she's doing when she's that much younger is amazing. Because she really had to accelerate her training and be kind of ahead of her age in order to catch up to her sisters who were older. So they were able to, she's not even tall enough to have a full, like, you have to have length to play bass. Most bass players are tall. Like, even on the men's in the world of upright bass, string basses, they usually have to be men over 6 feet. They're usually about 6'2", and then even string bass players electric bass players tend to be taller than guitarists, and part of that is because it's a very long instrument. So she is just doing so well for being young. And again, just everything in it is 100% commitment. And they're just so cute. And like what I always say is like at the end of the day, they're just three sisters having fun together, and that's the best part. But Danny is just so natural. I mean, she's just so intense. And I like when they all came in and sang. What they didn't have at this time was they didn't really have the harmony vocals down. And now in the stuff I'm seeing, they have great harmony vocals down. Because when they all came in on, what if they say I'm not like the others? What? They were all singing unison basically. And as they got more advanced, I'm sure they started adding in a harmony line like, what if I say I'm not like the others? And it sounds more fuller together. So that's what I'd say. You can see, and looking backwards, you can see like how much they've improved. I didn't get to watch it in the correct order. I had to watch it in, here's where they are today. Let's go back and see what they used to do. But yeah, I mean, there. Now I see Allie really giving it her all, which I love. Paulina, again, Paulina I never doubt at all. Like Paulina is like, she is hardcore, and she is so loving the drums. Like she loves being a drummer. She loves just hitting things, you know? Like it's like she's just like, I'm hitting things, and she's good and she's on beat and she's like totally on it. Boom, you know, it's like a lot of coordination with drums because you have so many different pieces, right? And they all make a slightly different thing, and there's different ways. And like example, when she has to like stop the cymbal, you have to do that because it rings. It will keep ringing unless you stop it. And there's all these little things you have to do in percussion. There's a snare, and sometimes you have to like remove the snare thing on the bottom. Like there's all sorts of like adjustments you have to make in drumming. And she does a great job. We used to have a drum set actually. My brother was a percussionist in high school. He was in the high school band as a percussionist, but he had a drum set. So we used to play around with the drum set. I have an electric guitar, but as I'm mainly a singer and a pianist, I'm not very good at guitar, but I can play chords and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, the fact that they all sing is amazing. The fact that this is just so cute. And I love the song. I mean, I love the Foo Fighters. So that's kind of my kind of rock anyway. So it's been nice just to see that their rock, as commenters have said, there's no genre. They are just the Warning. Like the Warning is the genre because they have such a wide variety of types of music they play. And I'm seeing that. So I'm super stoked. I mean, this is a super exciting thing to be part of because there just isn't another band like this right now. So I see what you guys are all saying now. So I totally get it. And this is the cutest little origin thing I've ever seen. And now you get to watch them grow up. It's almost like you guys are like surrogate fathers in a way. It's kind of like they were like your nieces, right? It's like, they're practicing. That's so great. And now it's like, they're becoming big time. And you were there earlier, right? So it's like you are part of it. It's like, because I feel like with my students, right? Like when my students grow up and graduate from high school and go to college and I get to see like all the accomplishments that they do with their life, I'm always like, I was a part of that. You know, I taught them piano, I taught them singing. So I also like gloat in that joy of like being a teacher to them. So I think that's part of it also. When you're in this fan base, you feel like they're kind of your like nieces or daughters or I don't know. And like, I think there's a little bit of like a protectiveness that like you don't want anything bad to happen to them. And you don't want anyone to take away their beautiful innocence. And like I said, they appeared slightly younger to me because they are innocent. They're like good girls. Like, you know, like the parents were on the straight and narrow, and maybe also growing up in Mexico might be a little more conservative than growing up in America, which is good. You know, I think kids need to be protected, and I think kids need to have a childhood. So it's really nice to see this. It's just like three really well-raised girls who have obviously very loving parents who also have the means to help launch their careers. So like all of that is kind of the perfect thing you need to become a rock star. So yeah, I'm all in on this, you guys. Like I am totally into this, and I would love to hear your suggestions for more things. And you know, what do? I teach piano, I teach singing, I teach fitness classes. I'm a mom. I do raise my two kids. My kids are in high school and middle school now. So believe it or not. So I just basically like exercise and try to stay healthy and try to be friendly and just do a little social media for fun and a little YouTube. So it does help. Like for all the time I put in for getting donations, it really helps just support my channel, and all that money is just going to end up going to my kids anyway because I'm saving for college. So I'm like, hopefully if this channel grows to a point where I'm getting enough, a little extra money every month will help pay for college once I have to pay tuition. It'll just be hopefully break even. So that's kind of my goal, by the way, for why I'm even doing the channel. If you guys are wondering, it's like, why is she doing this? It's like, well, I'm going to have to put 2 kids through college. So I will, got to use what I have, which I do have this musical knowledge. I am a teacher. So again, I'm just happy to see these girls, and obviously they had an early start and they're clearly very talented. You can just see that Dani has the intensity in her stage presence even then, and her playing is really good here too. Like I was listening to all the guitar, and there's a lot of like really fast stuff going on, and that's not easy. So she's not just playing rhythm guitar, she's really plucking it out. And same with the bass, same with the drums. These are not just like, oh, let's just have fun. It's like, no, this is like real stuff. Like this is like real guitar stuff. So yeah, I love it. I think they're great. And please, if you, just to remind you from my channel, I'm always like, how do I get to my channel?
All right.
Yeah. On my channel, just click Linktree, and then you can see my links. If you do want to, donate anything, that's great. If you don't worry. Like, I totally understand, the economy is very tough, hence why I work like 5 jobs. So I totally understand. That's why I have to do this, because like I need all the side hustles, right? Everything I do. So yeah, just if you do want, the request form's easier because things get lost in my comment section now. I do get a lot of comments every day. So just fill out the form, and then that way it goes into this beautiful sheet. And then look, here's the most exciting part. After I do the reaction, I go over here and I click yes. Now I want to make a macro so that turns green automatically, but right now I don't know how to do that. So instead I just use this, I fill it green, and then I'm like, it's checked off, okay? And then see what I do is when I get the ones with money on them, I basically prioritize them. So these are all ones without money, and like I want to get to them, and I have done, look, all these didn't have tips and stuff, but, or no, these, see how some of them had tips and some didn't, but I did them. So I do get to them, it just might be at my leisure, So, yeah, just trying to get through the list. If you want to react, add to the list. Oh, and then the other thing is, the warning videos got blocked, so my channel, the Patreon is going, like I said earlier, the Patreon for $3, I'm going to put every warning reaction video I ever do here, and these will not have any edits in them. They won't have the music cut out, because YouTube cut out my music for Disciple. I think that's the one. Yeah, I cut out the music for Disciple. I cut out the music for Dust to Dust and Dull Knives, actually. I had to like mute it out, so it was kind of like frustrating on that one. So yeah, I'm just trying to make the best I can. I do put a lot of hours into my YouTube channel, so I really appreciate all your support. And sometimes I do my videos completely focused like this, and sometimes I do them putting on makeup, or once I packed a suitcase and listened to the Grateful Dead. I'm a busy person. Like I said, I work 5 jobs. I have 2 kids. Sometimes I don't have, I just want to incorporate my YouTube channel into my life, and it's a real reflection of me and what I do, versus like arbitrarily like, okay, now I'm going to sit in front of the camera and pretend I'm like someone I'm not and like do an act. It's like sometimes it's going to be just very natural, and like this is where I teach piano. I sit in this exact spot when I teach voice lessons. And when people come in person, they stand right in front of me where I'm pointing, and if they're on Zoom, I'm right here on Zoom, and I have another piano right next to me right here, see? And that's where the piano student sits, and I have my own piano here. Can't hear that because I turned the volume down, but... So I have a piano here. So this is who I am, just so you know. But thank you for watching. If you made it to the end, please subscribe. You can share with any warning people about what I'm doing. And thanks for letting me know. And again, if there's any other bands, music, or anything you want me to react to, just please put it in the forum. It just helps me organize it, because the comments are just like, comments, I melt away. Okay, bye.